afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. This is Nova War and Maximus Black, and I just went into casting mode out of nowhere because my brain short-circuited for a moment, so... That's the kind of week it's happening over here. It's another Technical Alpha podcast. I just went back to 2012 for 2 seconds. My brain just teleported back in time. But we are back. It's another Technical Alpha podcast after, yes, as Krusty mentioning, we were away last week. But we are back this week. We were almost not back this week. It was close. I almost didn't make it, but we couldn't swing it anyway, so I stayed home. My wife is currently at the hospital with my dear mama getting the anatomy scan of our baby boy. And so I'm going to be getting video of that later because I was not able to attend. But otherwise, we got our StarCraft in. We're going to get our podcast in. And it's a nice day outside. In fact, ow! Son of a... Just punched my fucking monitor. Well, monitor speaker. Oh, no, too bright. Nope. Sun going away. Too bright. Thought I was going to get fancy there for a second. I'd be looking like Jesus. No. But yeah, we got another great show lined up for you today, as always. Continuing on with what we've been doing for the last few podcasts, where we put up a post on the Patreon. So if you're actually just getting in here and you haven't seen it yet, and you had news you wanted us to talk about, any paid tier at the Patreon, $1 all the way up through, you've got access to the post there, and you can ask us to about any of the news, your game news or otherwise you're hoping for us to talk about. And then we can get to them. So we've got some people that have already gotten in on that right now. We can start with that. But if you want to get in, don't worry. There's still some time if you wanted to. And we'll be able to get to what we can. So let me just refresh this page here to be sure. But before we get started, of course, the most important question of the week. I've given him lots of time to eat his French fries and do whatever he's doing on the other monitor. Mr. Black, how's your week? Your microphone is muted. Doing a pantomime right now. Oh, it's because it's being used on the
OBS.
There we go.
OBS wasn't open. Yeah,
there you go.
I'm good. Week was fine. Same old same.
First day of school for Mr. Kai.
Kai started school today, so he'll be home from school in about 45 minutes or so.
45 minutes.
See how that went. But yeah, he was excited. That went well. All is good.
Is this is technically grade 1 at this point, I guess? Is that what he's in?
He is. He is in grade 1.
Right.
So he did pre-primary, primary, and now grade
now we're into grade 1. The pre-primary thing, that's something that we didn't have when we were kids. That didn't exist when we were in the school system. It was like primary was the earliest you were getting in. There were like private places that you could go that were kind of, I guess, like a pre-primary that doubled as like almost like a daycare, but they were more like a school environment to kind of like socialize kids, to get them used to a school environment a little earlier. Not everyone went to one because they weren't available everywhere. Like some of them were kind of just too distant from people to use, or they didn't have enough room. But now I guess they've worked it in properly into the school system. It's also shifted like out this way. It's shifted how the grades work. So elementary school is is primary through 5 now. Then they've moved 6 into junior high, and they've moved 9 into high school.
Yeah.
So they when they brought in pre-primary or whatever, they shifted everything up 1 year and moved everything up and into different buildings. So Yeah, different beast than when we were in, but that's a big day. Grade 1. We're going to be getting some fancy. We're going to be doing some spelling homework. We're going to be getting into some maybe some addition, some double digit, triple digit addition, subtraction.
Yep.
Back in the day when we were in there, we would have been doing or just starting, or we'd be doing. Although they were probably already doing it now, they have pre-primary. Did they already send them home with like sheets to practice their handwriting for like alphabets and stuff, like the practice sheets? Did he already do that last year?
Yes. Oh yeah, he had tons of that stuff because he did last year. He was in a primary 1 split, and he was a bit more advanced than a lot of the other primary students. So they basically paired him up with the grade 1s,
right?
So he got a lot of their stuff. So he's probably just gonna absolutely fly through the majority of this year, just because he's kind of already doing a lot of it. But yeah,
dope. And then we one thing he doesn't have to worry about that we did by the time he hits grade 3 is no more cursive writing. They axed that shit. No more learning how to write in cursive, which is on one hand,
like sad. Like it's sad, but at the same time, at the same time, we don't really ever use it. Like we use it to sign our names, like do signatures.
It was definitely a good, like in some weird way, be interesting. It was a good motor skill. Like it's a totally different, like to use your hand like that is totally different. So unless you're kind of like your kids are already like a artistically inclined, like Kai is, getting people to do cursive was like really great motor skill. Even if you didn't use it, but I do remember, I do remember though, even when we were doing it, there were whispers about getting rid of it from the system, and they didn't keep it much longer after you and I went through the system. But it was because the teachers would be like, I can't read this child's writing. I don't know what the fuck this is supposed to say. Like they're hard enough to read the regular printing, and then they get into like cursive, and some kids were just not good at cursive writing, and the teachers would be like, I have to grade 6 paragraphs of this, and I can't read the first sentence. And so yeah, they eventually had to get rid of it. But yeah, that's exciting stuff. Big grade 1 move. Is he in a split this year? Is it like how? No, or is he just in a pure grade 1?
Yeah, it's just it's just grade 1. There's no splits or anything like that.
Yeah, yeah, it could be okay to do like the splits earlier on because like you said, if you have your kids that are a little bit more advanced, they get the opportunity to at least they're not doing the full curriculum, but they can dabble so they don't get bored. Some kids, when they're more advanced than the other kids, they can get bored and they can actually turn into kind of like troublemakers in the classroom because they're like a dog. You don't give them something to do and they're like, nah, and they just start fucking doing stupid shit in the classroom because they're bored. But were the class sizes like at his school? The class sizes are they huge?
No, they're not big. I don't know how many kids in total. It's probably like 15 to 20 kids.
That's amazing. Jesus, yeah. We were getting crazy numbers when we were still in school. We were getting dumb. It was like 35 kids in a classroom. The teachers were like in like guerrilla warfare every time they had to go into the room. Imagine being one teacher with 35 grade 1 kids trying to teach 35 grade 1 children must have been pure hell. So yeah, 15 to 20 is perfect. That's a great ratio. Hopefully they can keep that kind of stuff going because, yeah, it was a detriment after a while. The teachers can only do so much. They only have so much time to give, like, individual attention when there's too many kids in the classroom. Well, that's exciting. I look forward to hearing how the school year goes for Mr. Kai. And you get to play a little bit of Mario Kart with the old man yesterday on stream as well and, showed his Mario Kart skills to the masses.
No. I got wrecked. He was practicing. He's good. I mean, I don't play Mario Kart often. I play with him like once in a while, but like he's out there grinding. And yeah, he's
Mario Kart
pretty
grind.
Decent. So yeah,
that's sick. Well, my week, my unborn child isn't in school yet, but they're half Asian, so we can start teaching them long division here pretty soon, and hope for the best. while they're still in the womb. Get them started early. But the good news that we did get this week is that we had the genetic test done, and we are low markers for everything across the board.
That's great.
Zero markers for anything, even moderately. So we were very happy with that. You know, Em was a little concerned because she's 33, and you know it's like a 1 in 600 or something at that age, but it's still, you know, your first kid, and she was obviously, you know, nervous about that. So it was good to see that was all thumbs up. And like I said, she's doing the anatomy scan today. So that's like the more fancy, you know, you're seeing your kid in 3D for the first time, kind of like not the typical ultrasound, but this one's like, you know, your IMAX 3D glasses experience. And so I'm sure her and mom is there with her, like I said, and I bet you the room is flooded right now with tears. I promise you. Em came home yesterday. She went out with some friends to the mall to have some lunch and just hang out. And she came back, you know, when she was out there, she bought some baby clothes for our unborn son already. She's out here buying baby clothes. So she found some really cute stuff. She came home, she's all excited about it. She goes over to show mom. Mom sees anything baby related. Tears. Immediately. Just zero time delay. She takes out this little jumper thing, this onesie that she bought, and mom's like, ah! Crying her fucking eyes out every 5 seconds. It's just like, and of course, dad, who has cried 3 times in his life, is just sitting there like, oh, that's cute. And that's like the entire fucking reaction. and so the dichotomy between mom, who you just anything, and she's in tears over it, and dad is always kind of funny. So, yeah, so that was mostly the week was that kind of great news there. I'm still studying. I'm at my last 2.5 units. I didn't have the time to get through a full unit yesterday for the first time, so I've got 2.5 units left in the book. And then I will, I'll do like some extensive review there and then write the test. So I'm looking forward to that, being done, in the next couple weeks. My goal is to be done by the end of September, as far as the exam is concerned. And then other than that, I've just been kind of chilling. I've been doing Skyrim modding on stream again, because it's been like the thing that I can just turn on and chill with, mostly at the end of the day. I fucking hate the creation kit, but it is what it is. And I might hop into some No Man's Sky at some point. I'm letting them patch this latest release, but they had a huge release this week as well, and that's been more or less it. And so, without further ado, we can talk a little bit about some gaming news, and we can start with that. I suppose we can start with No Man's Sky, which had an update that I would say was probably the most requested, because I think it's the most requested thing for any space game ever, is being able to build your own ship and walk around the inside of your own ship. And in that order, most people would like to design their own ships, at the very least customize them. We already had some customization in No Man's Sky, but you weren't really building your own ships, and you weren't able to walk around your own ship either. But in this update, in one foul swoop, they added shipbuilding, and they added walking around your own ship in multiplayer. And so you can bring your friends on your ship, you can cruise planet to planet. You're now jumping out of your ship, like high orbit, fucking skydiving if you want, out of your ship to ground. We've got ship teleporters as well, so you can teleport up and down to your ship from orbit. And of course, the designs are coming out, are already crazy. I mean, time to penis, very short on this, but more impressively, the one that made me laugh the hardest so far, Sean retweeted it, is somebody built their ship to look like a giant Nokia cell phone. Like an old school Nokia. And so you just see this, all you can see is this fucking Nokia cell phone floating through space, and it's their Corvette, and it looks so fucking good. It's so funny. So lots of great stuff. People are building like Voltron, where they're like building like a legitimate robot that's flying through space basically as their ship. Lots of creative creative solutions already, and obviously lots of people very excited about that because it's a huge update. And one that happened before Elite Dangerous. They still don't have ship interiors, and really, other than Star Citizen having some semblance of that in whatever version they've got going on, there's not really anyone else that's got that. I mean, like you know, Starfield sure shit isn't really hitting that. You can you can walk around your ship a little bit. You can build ships, but it's not quite to the same degree that they've got in No Man's Sky. So another huge W for Hello Games and the team. They just can't seem to stop winning. And then they also, in that trailer for this announcement, for the No Man's Sky update, they snuck in a little bit of Light No Fire information, which is, of course, their next game that's coming out in the next... I don't think it's this year. I think it's going into next year. But they slipped in some more information there. So they're sharing a lot of the tech that they're bringing to No Man's Sky from Light No Fire. So the version of this shipbuilding and whatnot in Light No Fire is literal ships. So, you know, we're on a single planet in Light No Fire. So building ships like for water travel, ocean travel, you'll be building your own ship, customizing your own ship, and being able to obviously take around your friends and whatnot as you wish. So that same technology is being used in multiple games. So they're out there crushing it. So I might have to hop in and play a little No Man's Sky again. I think we made the joke a while ago at the rate that this is going. No Man's Sky is going to be Star Citizen before Star Citizen is Star Citizen. It's a bit of an exaggeration, but it's also like functionally not. Like obviously visual fidelity is heavily in the favor of, and it's also like a true MMO, PvP and a consistent a consistent universe to play within. But Hello Games is doing crazy work and making and not only did they, of course, this is another free update, but they also discounted the game when they released this thing. So people were buying the game for like $20. We are now like 9.5 years into No Man's Sky's life. We're still getting free updates, and they're discounting it on the biggest update they've possibly ever put out. Just enormous dubs. I have to assume, I said this on stream, I have to assume that that their plan here is that they are willing to, take a little less money on No Man's Sky to get people into the Hello Game ecosystem before Light No Fire shows up. More new players into No Man's Sky, more people used to their systems, more people probably going to convert over and buy and play Light No Fire when it comes out. So I suspect that this is all kind of a play to use this as a bit more of a user acquisition play for Light No Fire when the time comes. The more people playing No Man's Sky, the better when Light No Fire rears its head. So that was the first major thing that happened this week in the world of news for games. Let's see what you guys have requested here. Here we go, Mr. Black. Get your thoughts on this one right off the rip. This comes in from Jubinator. He said, Twitch viewbotting crackdown has happened. It has. That did happen. And it's ongoing. And the insane drops in viewers have also happened. He said, "What does the future of Twitch look like? How and is it surprising, or how has it not been shut down yet?" Is his first bit of news that he has. He has a couple of things here, but that's the first topic that he's got. That was a big one. That was actually for Twitch. That was a huge, and streaming in general. So, what do you think, Mr. Black, about that whole shtick?
I mean, I didn't look at all the numbers. I saw something about like a 12% decrease or something along those lines. Obviously, there is some content creators. Sorry, I'm just turning up my my headphones. Obviously, there's some content creators that
get hit harder than others.
Yeah, like took a big dip, right? Like I saw something on L of a couple of these streamers, and to be honest, a lot of them were like IRL, like a lot of the chicks that were doing their, their thing on there. That's what I was seeing. I mean, it's probably a wide range of stuff, but I at the end of the day, a lot of the stuff that I've seen is like a lot of the large streamers
Mm-hmm.
that have taken a hit. So like instead of getting 20,000 concurrent, they're getting like 12.
Yeah.
But at the same time, they're still big streamers. You know what I
Yes,
mean?
of course.
Like, yeah. I mean, Twitch is I don't like Twitch is fucked. Like Twitch is like I am, dude. Like
This is the first time I've seen you not sugarcoat a Twitch topic in a hot minute. So this has got to mean something.
Yeah, and I mean it's not even has to do with the botting thing. Like just in general, I fully believe that Twitch is going to close down or sell in the next 5 years. I think that, and when I say
we
5,
said that before. I think we said that a couple years back. They've got like 5 years or something to do it.
It's that, or they are totally fine with just burning money, endlessly. Which something tells me, at some point they're gonna have to say, "What are we doing here?" Yeah, I mean, I everything about Twitch is just it's just bad, bro. It's just bad. I barely stream on Twitch anymore. I mean, I still probably get in 15 hours a week on Twitch, and then everything else I'm on Kick or I'm on YouTube. Like, like the problem is it's the sheer amount of ads. It's the lack of ability to like grow and
organically anyway.
Organically, right? Like,
yeah.
Like it's the same people on the front page all the time. You're buried along with, I'm fine because like I've had a core for, for forever and a day.
Yeah.
But like the dream, like it don't matter, bro. I could stream 24 hours, 7 days a week, and like my growth will be minimal on Twitch just because. It's just the way the whole thing is designed. And more importantly, it's the fact that the money is dwindling.
Yeah.
Bad. Like it's not good. It's not good. Like each year my Twitch revenue goes down by like 20% year over year over year over year over year. Like no joke. Some of it is because of me. In certain seasons where like I'm taking more time off and stuff like that. Like, so I understand that that's going to happen no matter where you're at. But just in general, like the more and the harder and harder it is to obtain a 70-30 split, like I'm at the point now where like if I'm not getting 70-30, which I won't come like in, I don't even know, like I still have it now, but I mean I don't know how long. I think you're good for like a year if you did like 3 months in a row or something along those lines. So at some point, because I'm not even trying anymore. Literally, when people are like, should I sub here or sub somewhere else, I'm like, go sub somewhere else, because I'm getting a way bigger split. And if it goes down to 50-50, it's like, why am I giving Twitch half of my earnings? Why? Like it's insane.
At some point, the question is, what am I getting out? What am I getting from Twitch to justify the 50% cut? Is the way you have to start looking at it, right? And before, so not to let you keep going, but before,
no, it's fine.
That 50%, when before grandfathered accounts were getting like 70-30s and shit like that, when it was still 50-50 for most people. At least when people subscribed, the ads went away for everyone. Then they started flirting with the ads still being there, even if you were a partner, and only grandfathered accounts had the no ads on subs and shit like that. And like over time, it just feels like, now we have a limit on how much highlights we can keep on the platform.
That's right.
And so like the service that they're providing is getting closer and closer to just, we're here for your content to exist. We provide nothing else. All of the value adds are actually just ways for us to claw into rev share across every avenue of money making that content creators use, whether it's tips or otherwise, the gifted subs, the bits, the all this extracurricular, the Twitch Turbo, cut in. And now here we are with the bot thing. And the bot thing, what was I think is the craziest part of the bot thing, or not the craziest, but the one that makes the most sense as far as how damaging this is it hits some big streamers and whatnot, but site-wide, depending on the time of day, I just looked it up, depending on the time of day, you're upwards of 22% down.
Damn.
That was numbers from late August. So I imagine the numbers have only gone down since.
Yeah. But I would imagine that a lot of those are these large creators, right? That
or they're the ones that are middling that were like, I'm botting, but I'm not wanting to go crazy with it. Like, I almost said somebody's name here because there is somebody from our community, not Lag TV, but the StarCraft community that was most famous for this years ago. And they weren't doing like a bot to 10,000 people. They were in the let's bot to 800 people type situation. And I suspect there was a number of people doing that where they're like, "I'll bot, but I don't want to go crazy because if the chat's dead and you've got fucking 2,000 viewers, you look like an idiot."
You just look, I mean, it's just obvious, right? Like,
yeah. So but site-wide to lose 22%, what does that mean? Well, it means that large streamers are not impacted much because the ad revenue was always shit anyway. But for as far as the site holistically and across all creators, it signals to advertisers that they have been getting fleeced significantly on numbers for ad buys through Twitch for years. And it's not like this is an unknown factor.
I didn't think about that.
People have known for how long that bots have been rampant on Twitch.
It's been a thing forever, right? Like literally since the beginning, right?
And so Twitch doesn't have an excuse, and the ads are already bad, and now they've got to go. Now think about how this goes. Twitch goes to ad buys and go, "Hey, here's our numbers," and they're like, "Oh shit, what the fuck happened over here?" Like,
smaller.
Don't worry about it. Like, so there's
because
in
a roundabout way, like Twitch was benefiting from that specific
significantly.
Thing. Yeah.
Imagine what 22% site-wide is in terms of eyeballs. That's a lot of eyeballs. A lot of money.
And are probably signing massive deals, like, gigantic. Yeah. But then again, I mean, yes. But at the same time, too, you would think that a lot of it is performance-based as well. So, like, maybe they get away with it once. You know what I'm saying? But then, like, it's like, whoa, you said this many people, but now we're only seeing, so much click-through rate or so much conversion and so much, like, maybe they would move the bar around. I don't know. It's hard. It's because for us, I don't know. For us, when we're doing individual sponsors, it depends on who you're working with. Some of them don't give a fuck about your conversion. Because their boss doesn't care about conversion. Their boss just says, "Here's X dollars, get me Y eyeballs." Like they're doing a pure numbers game in the sense of eyeball, which is what we've struggled with a bit in the last couple of years when we're trying to do pitches, because we're trying to say, look, for your value for your dollar, you could get more conversions at a lower rate, a lower acquisition cost with our community because of engagement than another channel for these reasons, and provide them data on that. And the person that we're speaking to understands that, but they have to go and pitch that to the marketing coordinator who is sitting there going, I don't really care. I have Starbucks to buy. Can you just tell me if they have eyeballs or not? And then that's the fucking show. And I think that's especially been the case in the live streaming community, because I think that, and I've said this before, I think it's pretty well known, ad spend
once it's trickled down, live streams are the last stop of the station. You've been on the subway the whole day. You've hit the end of the line. It's all, everyone's getting off. You're in a part of the city you don't even fucking know anymore. And you are just throwing the rest of the money that you have available to you for advertising dollars into the live streaming kind of just void and just saying, here, eyeballs, money. And that's it. For Twitch to lose upwards of 22% in the late August from bots, I think that's going to be a very hard thing for them to be able to pitch. The only thing that they can say, they go to it and they say, well, it's happening everywhere. To some degree, this is happening on YouTube, this is happening on Kick, this is happening on yada, yada, yada. Everywhere you go, this is happening to some degree. We're just being honest about it. And we're trying to give you pure numbers. That's about all they can go on. But, yeah, it's a shitty situation. It affects everyone. It's something that should have been addressed
years ago.
Fucking a decade ago.
Yeah, like, I mean, Twitch ain't got nothing but to, I mean, people are going to do what they're going to do, right? Like, they're going to, it's a competitive space. Like, they're going to, like, money's involved.
It's like steroids. Everyone else is doing it. If I don't, I'm behind.
There you go, right? Like, people are just going to have this mentality, and it's up to Twitch, which, thank goodness they're doing stuff about it, to implement things to make it more difficult for people to do these or impossible altogether. And don't get it twisted, man. I'm sure that even with whatever they have going on right now, that 22% is higher than what it actually is, because there's probably people that have already figured out how to bypass whatever they currently have, so on and so forth, right? Like, it's no different than anything. I mean, social media. I mean, how many times have you gone to social media posts and different things where it's like, it's got a bajillion views, but like no comments, or you go to somebody's profile and they've got like, 300,000 or a million followers, but they've got 4 likes and a bot posting like, oh, I like this content. This shit happens. It's almost unavoidable.
Yeah.
All Twitch can do is put their best foot forward and implement as much as they can and be on top of it all the time, and almost deter people from doing it. Because then again, you also have the thing of like, who's doing it? You know what I mean? Like, is it the streamer doing it? Is it disgruntled viewers that are doing it? Is it fans of the streamer that's doing it? I mean, dude, it's the wild, wild west, right? So, it has been a very, very rough year for Twitch.
Yeah.
It has been a very rough year with the whole Asmongold and Hassan and all this other shit fucking up all the ad fill. This whole debacle, Dan Clancy just generally just being a bit of a weirdo.
He's fucking starfishing, bro.
Like, bro, I'm not gonna, like, I don't want to sit on the platform and shit on the CEO, right? But like, some of the stuff that I've been seeing, like even him breaking his own TOS, like advertising charities in other big streamers' chats, like just weird clips that I've seen of him just saying, like, dude, you're the CEO of this thing. Like, you are a little bit, like, I get it. You're trying to be like cool and hip and
yes, gonna say this is giving that meme of like, hello, fellow children type.
Yeah, exactly. Like, I get what you're trying to do, but you legitimately just come off like you don't really I don't want to say you don't really belong or fit in, but it's jarring. It's like, it's just, I'm sure Mr. Clancy has made some great decisions and things like that on the back end and even publicly, but like some of the stuff that we've just been seeing from a CEO of a streaming platform is just, it's off, bro. It's off. Like some of the things that we've just seen, I ask myself, do I have confidence in this CEO's ability to turn this ship around and actually turn this into a vibrant, community-filled place? No, I don't. I don't think Dan Clancy is the guy for the job. Say what you want about Emmett, but like, he ran this shit for the most part. There was always problems. This even more so towards the end because it was just getting big and big and big and big, and I just don't think he made his money and he
wanted to get out.
I mean, like he wanted to get out, and I don't blame him, right?
Yeah.
But like Dan Clancy is just, and it's not because of how he looks and like his background, like that's irrelevant. I mean, some of it is relevant in terms of your background, but like it's the decisions that he's making. And I'm just going to say it, the white knighting that he does for very specific types of content creators and then sort of shunning on other content creators and the double standards that are happening across the entire platform. I just think he's falling short. He's falling very short on putting Twitch. I mean, it's very clear. I mean, look at it. It's Dan Clancy is essentially what's her face from Star Wars? Fucking the one that's killing Star Wars.
Oh, see, now that you're saying that, I'm over here making your webcam bigger. Finally, after like 7 months of not doing that. Kathleen Kennedy.
Yeah, Dan Clancy is Kathleen Kennedy of Twitch.
Yeah. Yeah, I can see yeah.
I mean, it's clearly been going to shit since you showed up.
Yeah.
You get a couple of base hits once in a while, right? Like, cool. But like overall, this site is deteriorating
quickly.
It's bad. Like quickly. Like really, like very bad, dude. Very, very bad. And other streaming services are quite literally kicking the shit out of Twitch right now. Twitch is still the majority of watched platforms. But like, my goodness, that you're losing market share incredibly fast. So this whole botting thing, this was just another nail in the coffin. And I don't know how they turn this. I don't have the answer because I'm sure it's not an easy job. I don't envy Mr. Clancy's job. I just don't. And to be frank, I don't think I could do a better job. Right? I don't. I wouldn't know what the fuck to do. But my goodness, whatever you're doing right now, it's just not working. I did a survey for Twitch like a week ago.
Yeah.
And I mean, I'm not sure if I'm allowed to talk about the survey and the questions in there. Maybe not. In fact, I just got, speaking of that, literally 39 minutes ago, they sent me my $5 USD equivalent gift card for Amazon.
Let's go.
For
that survey,
doing this. Oh no, I get to choose. I can do Tim Hortons, Cineplex, Starbucks.
Oh,
there we go. Okay, prepaid Visa.
Let's go.
Home Depot, Amazon. Okay, cool. But yeah, I did this survey, right? I won't go into what it says because I'm not sure if I'm actually allowed to talk about the questions. But
yeah,
yes, but the survey comes off like they know, like they're in trouble.
Oh yeah,
like there's they're asking partners a lot of questions, and I'm being brutally honest, and I'm not exaggerating. I'm just letting them know. Listen, bro, this is that. Like, this is what's going on. And I would be shocked if the vast majority of streamers don't hold the same opinion of what I did for these questions. It's not good.
And that's what I was about to get at. I want to stop because I was waiting for a break to at least thank Midwest Magic Cleaning for the $100 on YouTube.
What the damn?
My man came in and said, "Let me clean up."
I don't have a single chat open.
Oh, there you go. You missed the opportunity.
Oh, it's Midwest. Yes. They have that YouTube channel.
They
that's
do.
Right. I went and checked it out. Yes, that's right. Hey.
I'm gonna need some Midwest Magic Cleaning in this household in a couple of months. Before this baby shows up. I know that much. But shout outs, thank you very much for the hundo. Yeah, so what was I gonna say? Oh, right, because your last point there. So a couple things I'll say. One, I do think I would do a better job than Dan Clancy. Because I know, for example, that I would at the very least have not made worse decisions from a business perspective, but I'd also not be doing all of the extracurricular weird fuckery that he does on the side. So like at a baseline, I'm doing like 2-3% better right off the top just because I'm not doing the weird shit on the side. And I do think that the weird shit on the side is also trickling into some of the decisions that are being made for the platform that are resulting in some of the issues that we're seeing here. Who he decides to go to bat for, who he decides to not go to bat for, why he's going to bat for anyone in the first place as the CEO of the fucking company. Things of that nature. I do think that I would actually do a better fucking job. And the thing that you followed up with there at the end, I think is a very important point, is you said that I'm pretty sure most streamers that they would have, gotten answers from. If you went around and talked to all the content creators, big, small, new, old, everything in between, if you've been streaming, well, let's put it this way. Because the people that would really know what's going on, let's say you've been streaming for at least 5-7 years. You're in that pocket. You ask any of those people, they're going to give you a nearly identical fucking answer to every question. And here's the really annoying part. If you went back to 2019 and you did a survey and you asked the peoples that were there 5 to 7 years previous to that, they'd give you the same fucking answers. And then if you went back to 2014 and you did the poll, they'd give you the same fucking answers. Doing a survey where we can now pay for 3/4 of a cinnamon dolce grande, suck your dick sideways Samuel fucking drink at Starbucks because we answered a survey, about what we're doing wrong, and everyone tells you the shit you already goddamn know, because I promise you, they know all of this shit. Nothing is new. Nothing is a surprise. Like, oh my God, what do you mean? And it's weird that we're not holding up the TOS accurately across channels. What do you mean it's a little odd that we're playing favorites at a cataclysmic scale that is having horrendous knock-on effects on ad fill for the entire goddamn website? What do you mean? That's information. That's new to us. That's an odd thing. Well, I would never have expected that. Thank you for that information. Like, none of this is a surprise. Yeah. So, do I think that there are ways to escape this downward spiral and break orbit of this, downward spiral? Probably. Do I think that Dan Clancy is the one that's capable of doing it? No. If you had somebody else in there that was willing to do what was necessary, and convinced Amazon to give them another 5 years to turn this ship around, because you're going to need at least 5 to turn this ship around. Do I think it's possible? Yes. But are we seeing that happen? No. I'm still confused as to why Dan Clancy has a job. I actually don't know. I don't get it. It does.
I'm not going to call for the guy to get fired. It's hey,
no,
listen, man,
but I don't understand
money. You make your money. I'm sure he's getting paid very well.
Oh, yeah.
He seems to be having fun with his job.
I don't personally know the guy. I can't say I have anything against him. What I do know is that under his leadership, the site has gotten demonstrably worse, and he can't say that it's just all macro factors, external factors. Nothing that could possibly have been done internally. I took on, he's like the political play, the last administration left me with the worst possible fucking starting point. I can't get everything done in time. I need more than 4 years to turn this bitch around. You can't say that shit. You had a way stronger starting position than where you are currently, and there were multiple points in time in which you could have corrected. In fact, you were handed a small softball while the world ended in 2020 and 2021. You were given 2 years of increased traffic across the board, where everyone was trapped inside looking for ways to keep themselves occupied, keep themselves busy, etc., etc. A bit of a cushion to get some of the harder stuff done while the numbers are up. And that didn't happen. None of that happened. And all we've done is gone backwards with feature sets and everything else on the site. The closest thing to a moving forward that we've had recently from feature set wise was the 1440p streaming, but the bitrate increase is useless, and so it doesn't fucking matter. And at this point, if you ask me in 2014, should we have better quality options and whatnot, I say yes. Now it's not even a priority. It's not even a priority. So many other things at the site that did to keep this afloat than increase the quality of video that people can watch. It's going to be a detriment to you because YouTube, you can push whatever the fuck you want to YouTube, basically, like 30 megabit.
Oh yeah.
Like that's whatever. But you got to focus on other shit. I think that this bot thing though is I will give them props for doing anything at all. Because if there was a time for them to not do anything, this is probably it. Because they need all the numbers they can to keep their shit afloat. So I give them some credit for actually pulling the trigger and going after it and doing something about it, knowing that they were going to take a monstrous hit in terms of site-wide numbers and make their lives more difficult trying to retain or acquire new advertising fill in the following months and years. But there's so much other shit that's been ignored for so long. It continues to be ignored.
I mean, yeah, this issue, in my opinion, like this is just like fluff on the top, right?
Yeah.
It's an issue. Don't get it twisted. It's an issue, but like it is not the core. Yeah. Just because this is out doesn't mean that Twitch is suddenly getting better. You know what I mean? Like this is like, oh man, it's almost good that they're doing it now because like they're in such a shit spot that it's like, hey, how much worse could it get? You know what I mean? Like let's just rip the band-aids off and just face it. And then it's only up from here type shit. But like, how do you do it? They can't offer streamers a larger split with subs. They're just they're not going to do it because then they're going to fall even more in debt. They can't offer more people ad fill because they allowed certain streamers to come on because of political agendas and every other fucking dumb shit they had going on here to get in the way. And now advertisers don't want to spend the way they were spending before, if at all. Like they just flat out lost huge amounts of ad spend. And we all know it. Like, I mean, even the big streamers that were part of the problem are actually saying we're the problem. Like, they're literally saying, hey.
But it doesn't impact them financially in a way that makes any difference.
Because they're all super rich anyway. They all make millions of dollars a year. They don't give a fuck because that's part of their content, man. The edginess of it, the fucking shock value, the like, oh, look what this is the stance I'm standing on. And meanwhile, 99% of the other people that are on the platform are all getting fucked hard. It's already hard enough. And again, poor boo-hoo me and other streamers. We got it so tough. I get it, right? I'm just like, listen.
We're talking about the health of the platform.
We're talking about the health of the platform. At the end of the day, you don't need to feel bad for me, right? Like, or other streamers. We play video games for a living. I get it. There's people out there that are like literally grinding 9 to 5s that they hate, and like I get that. But since we're on this topic, and I think I'm well qualified to speak about it, seeing as though it's been my career, it's ass. The pay is shit now. On Twitch, it is very, very, very bad.
Let me get real, okay? The amount of money that I get paid from Twitch on a monthly basis right now, ad revenue included, for my stream, and I'm still as a partner, like the number of subs I have, I'm still in the like upper half because there's lots of partners, but there's only is about $500 to $600 in a month.
I mean, bro, that's your power bill.
If we weren't doing lag TV, then there's no way for me to flip. Which is why I'm doing real estate now. I'm in a finite. I know I'm in a finite financial window to still be making the money that we do because of lag TV on the YouTube side, because it's not Twitch and it hasn't been Twitch for ages. I used to make with the same number of viewers. Just so we're clear, same number of viewers, I used to make more like 1,500 in a month. Same hours streamed, same number of viewers, 3 times the money. And so it's gotten to the point now where unless you are, I mean, where's the window? You've got to have probably 1,500 subs and a concurrent 500 to 700 people.
Dude, I'll be fucking transparent as fuck. I don't give a shit. I I mean, right now, I haven't been streaming a whole lot on Twitch, so like right now, this is quite literally this
the lowest.
paycheck that I'm about to. Yeah, it is going to be the lowest paycheck I've ever had since year 2 of my career.
Yeah.
Right on Twitch, but I am making money on other platforms, so it's like it's
Yeah,
whatever,
exactly.
right? But like on average, like I would say the last like 6-ish months. On average, I was probably pulling in about 5,000 to 6,000 US a month on Twitch. That's what I was making. And that's like, that's like good money. Like, don't get it twisted. Like, people can, most people, depending, I guess, where you live. But again, that's pre-tax, right? So like,
Yeah.
by the time, like say I cleared, 7,000 Canadian, right? After I'm done paying tax and everything else, like I'm walking away with like, 3,500 to $4,000.
Yeah.
And we're talking 50-ish hours a week.
Yeah.
A week. So it's like,
and on good numbers, like you're getting
on good numbers, right? Like say if I'm averaging from 500 viewers to 1,000 viewers, right?
Yeah.
It dips. Like sometimes I'll go up to like 1,500 if something, is happening and people are all coming into the stream to like get my POV. But like, we'll just say like on average, if you just want to put like 500 to 600 viewers, like boom,
yeah.
right? That's, it's good money. Like I'm not complaining about it, but like, bro, a year ago, 2 years ago with the same amount, it was double. It was double.
And
like
to be fair for people listening, just like Lag TV, our numbers are a bit skewed too, to take this into consideration, because our individual communities are hyper engaged, and they spend money in ways that other communities don't. Like the same as somebody else that has the same amount of viewers that Jeff does, or the same amount of viewers that I do, are unlikely making the same amount of money on a monthly basis that we do. In the same way that on YouTube, the channels that have our our level of views per video wouldn't be making the same amount of money, because our community is so engaged and it makes that much of a difference. But it is literally, we're talking about, in the span of a very short number of years, 1/3 or less.
Oh yeah.
Monthly revenue.
Oh yeah. For sure.
With the same number of people.
And a lot of it was the ads. I mean, at one point, right? Like I would be making, again, with those concurrents, anywhere from 500 to 1,000. I say like a year ago or so, like I would make about anywhere from $80 to, I mean, there were like at November time, if the stream's going really well, like I could be making several $100s in a day in just ad revenue. That is fucking great. Like if I stream 10 hours and I made like $200 in ad revenue before subs, before sponsorships, before any donations or anything, like that's a very, very strong wage. I'm more than happy. But now it's like, if I were to stream 8 to 10 hours and I were to spam 6 minutes of ads per hour with my concurrent viewership, I'm lucky to break $40. Yeah. And that is me spamming 6 minutes of ads, and having pre-roll ads, like the whole 9 yards.
Yep.
And that's getting the higher split. Like that's doing the ad incentive program.
Yep.
Like this is like spamming shit to the point where people will just leave your stream, and it's not worth it, because if they leave your stream, then they're not going to sub, which in turn is actually more money than running the ads.
Yes.
Or actually just being there and supporting a sponsored thing, or donating. It's way more than what any ad fill could do. But like back when ads were worth something, you could do 3 minutes of ads an hour. You could get away with it because you're not fucking bogging down the entire viewer experience, and you were still making a good wage throughout the day, right? Even if it was like $5 an hour in ads, it's something. Right?
Yeah.
Because then you can fall on the other stuff. But now it's nothing. So it's bad. I know, boo-hoo, poor us. People would love to be in this position, and I fully agree. I'm just telling you guys, like, the reality of it is, of how this is. And for the ones that don't have such dedicated viewership that like really
Oh, it's
support
bad.
everything you do, how
It's real
do
bad.
you do it? You just don't.
Well, you don't.
You can't.
You do what I'm
Yeah.
doing, and you have to get out of the game, and you have to go do something else. And so, like you can't sustain it. And it's not that it can't be done. It's not that it couldn't be better. You know, for me, it's also just my community size is just too small, and nobody would be able to live off it anyway. But even for people that are averaging like 300-400 concurrent viewers throughout a whole day, that is typically in terms of unique viewers, that's a couple thousand, 2,000-3,000 people, maybe to 5,000 people. You know, it's not that there's only 400 people.
No, it's
to a
concurrent.
day. It's concurrent.
Yeah.
So that changes throughout the day. So that's, you know, there's a lot of people, and if you were to convert that to like a YouTube fill, that's how you can do it. You look at it, you'd say, this is not the 400 concurrent on Twitch is not, you don't convert that to compare it to 400 views on YouTube. It's the unique people that showed up throughout the day versus a view count on YouTube. And it just stops making sense after a while. And I think it is only because, like me, we're, you know, creators my size that are still relying on even that $500 a month that's currently rolling through to you know, keep life going on the side. We're kind of like trapped. The moment that people find their outs, this platform's fucked. And like nobody's coming here. Everyone is going to be streaming on YouTube or Kick. And here's my hot take. I'll see what you think about this. Here's my hot take.
Okay.
I think live streaming in general, as a primary way for content creators to properly grow a community, is only about 5 years out from being done. Everything seems to be tracking back towards evergreen VOD content on YouTube. How do you grow your shit on Twitch? Shorts, TikTok shit, fucking Instagram reels, all of that to drive you. Streaming is literally where you drive all of your actual viewers to maybe show up to watch you live. Whereas before, you were getting your live stream viewers to drive them to your VOD content.
Yeah, that's true.
And people are just like, they're a bit disillusioned. We're getting to a point where people are jumping the shark. We got Kai Cenat like riding a horse while fucking some dude's hitting the fucking gritty, and like Lil Kim is fucking smoking a bong in the background. Like we're at a point where live streaming, like the gaming part is super fucked. Unless you're doing GTRP, or you're in a very specific couple of communities for live streaming, the gaming side of live streaming is basically on life support. It is, let me get my production crew with infinite fucking mobile data and go roam around some other country somewhere and do some cool shit. And that content's great because it's bespoke. They've planned it all out. They're essentially doing VOD content in live stream form.
Yeah.
And they can afford to do it, and they have the team to do it. But like the idea of like the show up, chill with the game thing, people would rather just watch VOD content on YouTube, and we're still in the peak of salacious shit, right? Mm-hmm. Every video, every thumbnail, it's over. They're done. They're fucked. The dream is dead. Like everything is dying. Holy fuck. And then it's like the same video that 17 other people have. It's a reaction of a reaction of a reaction of reaction. So I think generally speaking, like content creation is in a bit of a fucking weird place across the board, but it is more fucked on the live streaming side, which means Twitch is up against it even more. This is all weird. It's a bit of a tangent from the original question, but the reality is, to answer your question, you know, with some finality there, what does the future of Twitch look like? Being sold inside of 5 years, maybe less.
I think so. Like,
with the exception of that, that Dan Clancy is out of a job this year before the end of the year, and they replace him with somebody else that is willing to do what needs to be done. And that Amazon is willing to shoulder that in the medium term afterwards. Otherwise, no, this platform's fucked. People are going to hate it. They're going to, people are going to move to Kick. YouTube live streaming is still not viable for a lot of creators. They can dual stream and slowly grow some stuff on YouTube, but YouTube live streaming is very difficult to get numbers up if you don't already have like 1 million subscribers on the platform. And so people aren't going to like it because they have a negative connotation with Kick. I get it. Kick isn't perfect. They've made some interesting life choices with what they've allowed on that platform, to say the least. But when people are trying to do content creation as a means of supporting themselves, you know, whether you agree with that being a good idea or not, that the reality is, if you're consuming content yourself, like you're consuming this right now, the creators have to choose which platforms to go to in order to justify doing the content, unless it's just a hobby thing. And when it's a hobby thing, the amount of content that you're going to be able to consume is going to fall way down. You're not going to have enough, you know, you're not going to be able to watch it. You know, Jeff and I, for example, we can do this like 5 Lag TV videos a week because people are showing up, they're engaging, being supportive. If that dropped out, we can't justify doing 5 videos a week.
Oh, hell no.
And so it's you know, that's you're constantly looking at that being kind of the way that it is. A follow-up to this is, he said, and this is another thing that happened, YouTube is now using AI to determine your age based on your activity, like comments that you're making and all that kind of shit, with obviously lots of false flags being made already because it's AI, and really, what else do they expect? And in order to correct the false flag, you have to use your government ID. They give you no other choice but to like hand over some government ID to correct the false flag from the AI. I mean, this kind of folds into all sorts of shit that's happening in many places, like the stuff that's happening in the UK and otherwise. We seem to be moving in a direction in general where the internet is going to be a place in which there is going to be a number or some small handful of companies that are going to be tasked by government in various countries to house and give like real ID privileges to people using the internet. That just seems to be the direction that we're fucking going. Whether it's a good or a bad thing, I mean, that's a fucking 3-hour conversation I've talked about on my stream before. The reality is, it's a good and a bad thing because there are good reasons to do it, but there are people that are willing to do bad things because it profits. So, it's shitty. And it's something that we're all just going to have to try to find ways to weather. We can't change it. YouTube's not going to like,
no,
you know, just up and decide not to unless it hits them in the pocketbook. And you not watching YouTube is not going to do it because there's like fucking 2 billion users. Like, it's just not going to happen. So it would have to be like indirectly hurting them. It's a bit of a mess. It's fucking weird. There's a lot going on, and there's a lot of discussions to be had, and they're all long. And then his last little bit here, which is his tech support question, really. You have to pick 3 video game genres that you can play. All others you personally can't play anymore. What 3 genres are you picking? And would your picks change if everyone else could only play 3 genres as well? I'm gonna say I have to have RPG as one of the 3 genres. RPG, survival,
RPGs, like,
and racing. Those are the 3 genres that I would want to have access to.
So it's the only genres we can have access to.
Yeah.
And
so if we can only pick 3.
So I'm gonna go. Ooh.
Racing, I could swap with platforming. I'm gonna go with racing.
I'm gonna go MMOs.
Okay.
Because MMO is I know a lot of people think it's just like World of Warcraft type games, but
Yeah.
it's not.
Yeah.
Right? It's Grand Theft Auto. It's a lot of these bigger
Yep.
things. So I'm gonna go MMOs.
Mm-hmm.
RTS. Oh, but then again, should I go RTS with how RTSs are?
I mean, you're basically playing StarCraft for the rest of your life at that point, really.
Okay, maybe not RTS. Which is sad.
I mean, you've got a very
go
expensive racing rig behind you.
Well, I was gonna say racing. So racing
Yeah.
is definitely one, and that's like something that you can do forever. And it's like it can be a really fun hobby. And then the last one, I have to say platforming. I have to because
It is hard
I'm a
for me not
platform
to.
gamer. Like it's such a classic. Like there's so many great games. There's gonna
True.
continue to be. It's like a fundamental. It's like you almost have to like it to be a real gamer, because it's like it's.
I mean, like
It's
you
just
had
comes with the
Pong, and then
territory.
you had platformers. Were like the evolution of gaming, as far as like input complexity and whatnot. And platforming was kind of the de facto for a long time, until platforming just became like an absorbed mechanic in all the other genres. But you know, there are still pure platformers, obviously, that exist and are, you know, our focus on it and are very good. Yeah, it'd be difficult for me not to have platforming, but if I had to, I guess like an RPG, survival, and and then either racing or platforming, but one of the other would have to be there. Okay, this is a complicated one. So do you got your fucking thinking cap on? This guy sent us a fucking novel here. This is coming in from Zeus again. He said, "You're out of town for the weekend on business. When you leave the hotel, you forgot your phone. Now, or during the day, sorry, a massive blackout hits. Everything that needed electricity stopped working across the world. So you've got no phone, and shit's out. Electricity's out. I've actually almost been in this exact scenario on my honeymoon. Okay. I'm already feeling like I've got answers for this because I've lived it already. Now it's almost night. As you walk back to your hotel, you spot a crashed car. When you get closer, the trunk suddenly pops open. What the fuck, this guy cooking this shit up? Nobody's around. Inside, you see a couple of blocks of white powder and a duffel bag. What?
Okay.
Okay, all right. You check the bag. 1 gold bar, and the rest is stuffed with cash. At least $2 million. You grab it. The moment you do, the blackout ends, the street lights flicker on, and you notice a street camera pointing right at the car. What do you do? What the fuck?
I don't even know really what the premise of this is.
So you are in a place you don't. Basically, this is how this boils down.
Yeah.
You're in a place you don't know. The power's out, and you forgot your phone. So you're basically just out there in the elements. Nighttime falls. No streetlights are on because the power's out. A car trunk basically pops open randomly as if God is telling you to sell cocaine. And then you walk over and there's all this shit in the trunk and you put your hands on it because it's like $2 million in cash plus a gold bar. And then all of a sudden, as if God playing a joke on you, the lights come back on and you're holding your dick in your hand along with $2 million in gold bar and a camera pointed directly at you. And obviously everyone else is probably turning around to look at you like this shit's Inception because you did some shit that the dream can't fucking handle. And now everyone notices you. So he's got some follow-ups. The bag might have a GPS tracker in it. It wasn't working during the blackout. Convenient. If you keep your hood up and look down, the cameras won't recognize you, but you can't just head back to your hotel. That would make you easy to find. And lastly, around the corner, there's a cheap, no questions asked motel and a shop where you can buy almost any household appliance or electronic device. What do you do? Bro, I gotta be honest. I'm just gonna drop the bag and being like, I was just looking because this shit popped open like fucking the burning bush in the Bible, and I'm just standing here like the fuck.
Yeah, I mean,
what are you gonna do? Take it and run?
Yeah, it's like, what exactly are you gonna do? I mean, and if it's $2 million worth of cash, you know how heavy that fucking bag is?
Carrying around a gold bar and shit?
Yeah, I mean, nah.
That's that's the strangest. Okay, but that's easy. The answer is don't do anything. Just drop that shit, close the trunk or some shit.
Listen, if you find
Walk
$2
away.
million in a bag, at least $2 million, and you're thinking about taking that money, I mean, you are quite looking for problems. It don't matter where you're at. It don't matter. Like if you're in, especially if you're in a place you're somewhere
don't know.
random at, you don't know, and you see a gold bar and $2 million in cash in a fucking duffel bag or some shit. You don't want to fuck around and find out. I'm telling you. Like, I mean, there's people that will just do it because it's a lot of money. But like my brain tells me, okay, whose money is this? What comes attached to this? Like, who am I taking this from? What the hell am I gonna do with this? How the fuck am I gonna, like, I can't go to the bank and fucking deposit this money? Like, what am I doing? That just seems like a bad life choice.
I can tell you one thing, I'm not touching the bag to begin with. That trunk opens up. I gotta be honest, this premise is weird because if it's nighttime, I got no cell phone, and all the power is out. First of all, I'm already back at my hotel. I ain't, because I'm on business and the entire city's power's out. What are we doing? Having a fucking meeting with pen and paper? So my ass is already back at the hotel. I done gotten a bottle of water with cash, and I'm drinking water and chilling in my hotel. If a random car trunk opens, I promise you I'm not walking over and taking a look inside. And I can damn certain tell you that if it opened up and I just so happened to peep some white powder and a gold bar, I am removing myself.
I didn't even see it, bro. I didn't see anything. It's none of my business.
It's dark out here. The lights are off. I don't know what's going on. I'm good. I don't know what I did. I didn't see anything.
I mean, dude, no joke. Like, I'm the type of person too that, like, even if I was downtown Halifax on the waterfront, and I saw somebody's wallet, on the ground, right?
Yeah.
Like, I'm gonna pick up that wallet and I'm gonna look for the ID, and I'm gonna try and get a hold. Like I'm either gonna, like, okay, there's a name. Maybe I'll go on Facebook. Or if there's a store or something in that area, I'm just going to, hey, somebody dropped a wallet. I ain't looking in there to see how much money's in there. No. I ain't looking in there to no credit cards, no nothing.
No.
It's not my shit.
No.
You know, it's just not my stuff. I can't, like, it's
my
not.
Man's
like,
talking about $2 million in cash, a gold bar, and some cocaine. Like, what are we doing?
That sounds like it came out of a straight up movie, and you ain't going to like where this film goes. It's a big no for me, dog.
No, you are not the star of that movie. That is not going to go well. Marky Mark, not our editor, but the one true pop sensation turned movie star, asks, how do you guys feel about the rise of sports betting? Would you ever consider a sponsorship with somebody like DraftKings or similar?
No, sports betting? I mean,
sports betting.
I don't have anything against sports betting, but personally, I wouldn't take a sponsor. And I've been offered. Like, I've been offered many times, because the only sports betting I ever do is UFC, and I only do it when I'm in Vegas. I think there's maybe once a year I'll put a couple of $100 on, like, a mega card, like a UFC 300 or 200, like one of those big ones, where there's a ton of fights, just for an extra sweat, and it keeps me up as well. Like, if I have a little bit of money on the line, like, I'm more invested, and I want to, like, I don't want to just wake up and then be like, oh, did I win or lose? You know what I mean? Like, I want to,
of course,
gives me a sweat, right? But personally, I don't have anything against it. Tons and tons of, I actually saw one of the comments on a YouTube video, because we did the WPT Global thing, because I am an ambassador for poker. For the site, and they're like, oh, it's just gambling and stuff. I'm like, listen, man, like, at the end of the day, number one, esports, especially RTS and these competitive, like, League of Legends, fucking Dota, PUBG,
it's propped up by this
all
shit
of
at
this.
This point.
It's all, dude. They're almost all of the major teams are sponsored by some online casino or sports betting. Literally, esports on all of these sites or any of the reputable ones, you bet on the esports. I mean, it is part of the infrastructure of esports. Now, with that being said, you don't have to partake in it. You don't have to agree with it. But that's just part of it. Now, when it comes to the sports betting, I personally wouldn't take the sponsorships because I don't do sports betting. Right? I'm not really a sports bettor. I've done it. It's rare. It's like once or twice a year. And it's for very small amounts of money. Just to have fun, like entertainment. I'm not trying to be, doing all these picks and stuff. Like some people are really good at that. I that's not my thing. I don't watch enough sports. I don't know enough about it. But yes, I don't have anything against it. In fact, almost like every fucking YouTube video I see is sponsored by DraftKings or, another one there. Pretty much every MMA thing I watch, ESPN, I see all the different, I mean, it's all there. It's all sports, right? It's big, but I personally wouldn't because I don't do it. If I was betting on UFC every single thing and I was like really into it, then yeah, I would be open to do it. But most sponsorships that I take, I usually just take if it's something that I enjoy or I do. Now there's the odd like mobile game shilling that I'll do for the money. Right? Like it is what it is, right? Like if Raid Shadow Legends wants to pay us a decent amount of money to like see if people will play the game, I ain't gonna say no. You know what I mean? Like people, and I've played Raid Shadow Legends. It's not a bad game. It's just, it's everywhere. Like I get it. Like there are some things that like you just kind of do for the money, but when it comes to like gambling, no matter what type of gambling it is, I'm not gonna just do that for the money. Right? I've had a stake deal for a year and a half. I don't do stake. Like I play it, but I play it with my family. I don't really stream it and get paid by them or anything, right? Because I don't really, I only really want to do things that I do on a regular basis, if that makes sense. So I know it's a long-winded question answer.
No, it's good. It's good.
Yeah.
Well, and it covers some of the stuff too that was like when we were doing this trial run for WPT on Live TV, because that's what it was. It was a couple-week trial run to see what the buy-in and the interest would be from the community. But there were there's concerns about it because of the associations of poker with gambling, and as far as sports bets are concerned, I don't have anything wrong with anyone doing it. It's up to the individual. My only concern with sports betting is that what I do take a bit of exception to is how ubiquitous it's been, as you mentioned, actually on ESPN and like live broadcasts and stuff like that. And the only reason that that's the case is that it is, when it comes to sports, watching basketball, watching hockey, watching football, watching, baseball, whatever. There are a lot of children watching that stuff with their parents, whatever else watching this. And I'm not the biggest fan of exposing in a normalized way. Like we got to a point where the broadcasters themselves are sitting there showing their picks for the game kind of thing. Like there's entire segments dedicated. It's not just this is sponsored by, we have multiple segments throughout this entire sports broadcast in which we are going to be talking about the odds, the plus minus, what are our picks for this thing, what are the odds of this. That I've taken some exception with, not because of the act of gambling itself. That is a uniquely adult thing that people can choose whether or not that they want to do. It's just that I do think that there could be some more nuance to how these sponsorships go for where it's placed. I wouldn't be happy if there was like, cigarettes sponsoring some shit and it's just all up in some kids show. Wouldn't be all that great. Adults can choose to smoke, but you don't want to normalize it for kids right out of the gate. So those have been my only real gripes with sports betting. I don't care about sports betting in general. I don't do it. I've got lots of friends that do. I've got family members that do occasionally. You know, if they're doing a line or something for a game. But yeah, it's more about how, like, where it shows up and how often and to what degree, like, how are they doing it, that I take more exception with. And when Mr. Black came to me and said, do you want to trial this WPT on light TV? I said okay, because I don't personally consider poker in the same category as sports betting or
slot machines and shit,
or slot
right?
machines and stuff like that.
Yeah,
you are putting money on the line. I equate it. If I went to the local basketball park, and there's always guys playing pickup ball at the park, and they've got like 3-on-3, and they're putting up $5, 3-on-3 matches. That is no different to me than just playing a $5 poker table. It is a skill game with multiple people that are all individually making choices. It is not sitting in front of a slot machine pulling an arm over and over again trying to hit jackpot, or putting your faith in your fantasy football league, which I don't even consider that quite the same thing. There are definitely degrees to gambling. What should be exposed to who, how much. With live TV, almost everyone watching is deep into adulthood. They can all make their own choices. If you didn't want to at the time participate, we did. That's fine. It's your choice. But that's more been my thing with the sports betting. It's just, it's sports broadcasts, and having sports broadcasters talk about their picks and having entire sections dedicated to sports betting. That was a bridge too far. And it's only gotten worse, and it's probably only going to get worse still. I mean, we're going to have 3-hour fucking shows where it's like Stephen A. Smith just standing there talking about his fucking his picks for whatever basketball games are happening at the time here in the not too distant future. But yeah, it's an interesting thing, but also, as Mr. Black mentioned, all of this is about money. All of it. And so at some point when these guys come in and there are a company is making a choice, do we fight for 5 different sponsors to float this operation, or DraftKings come up and they throw a bag down and say you only need one? If you're risk mitigating and you're willing to take the hit of being associated with it, which most CEOs are, that's why you're seeing it happen. It's a lot of money. And in fact, this is almost tied in. And I'll spin this out into another question.
Be real, dude. Let's be real, dude. The lottery in it itself is
the lottery itself
for the government. It's by the government.
Yeah.
I get it. Alcohol, drugs, gambling, video games,
Overwatch,
porno,
loot boxes,
OnlyFans. Where is the line?
Yeah,
it is.
The answer is there's different lines.
Yes,
that's the answer. There's different lines.
There is. And listen, if somebody gets upset about gambling content, or then gets upset about OnlyFans content, or gets upset about a beer sponsorship or a cigarette, somebody smoking cigarettes on stream, or fucking getting high with weed even though it's illegal where they live, they all have that right. Everybody has their own vices, everybody has their own things. It's almost become, it has become easier to criticize things like gambling, things like porno, things like there's a wide range of stuff, because it's easy to look at the extremes of those things. But what about video games? How much time do people spend watching content? The very content people are watching, are they watching a healthy amount? Is that a problem? Are they, do you support mobile games? Do you support microtransactions? Do you support? I mean, at some point, right? Like they have to, like the way I've adopted all of this stuff is there are extremes, right? And there are just lines I just won't go to. But with that being said, as long as you're transparent, you're open, you have the right tags up there. Hey, it's an 18 plus stream. Hey, this is that. Then it's up to the viewer if they want to watch and support it. You don't have to like that specific stuff, and you don't have to watch it. Like, it's that simple. I don't support OnlyFans. I just don't. But like, so I don't consume that content. If I go to somebody's stream and they're peddling their OnlyFans, I'm like, hey, you know what? Get your hustle on. But this content ain't for me. I just move on. I don't need to shame them. I don't need to, leave a comment before I leave, like, oh, I bet your mom's proud, and then, fucking cloud of smoke and I'm gone,
sand.
right? Like, yeah, like it's not that serious. Like some people do that because they want to, have this like
moral
complex of exactly right. And hey, by all means, it's the internet. You can say and do whatever the fuck you want to do. But yeah, I just don't adopt the hating on all forms of everything. There is nuance to a lot of this stuff, and we're all adults. We're all adults. We all make our own decisions at the end of the day.
Yeah, so the segue with the just the the reason you're seeing it is because of the amount of money that they're willing to spend, and they're willing to spend that money because there are enough people that are willing to participate in it. That's why it's worth that much money. If they, if DraftKings weren't making their money back from all of this ad spend and sponsorship in major sports and otherwise, they wouldn't be doing it. So in a similar manner, to some degree, and almost related here, Josh asks, Saudi Arabia is Qiddiya is, I think that's how you pronounce that, or Qiddiya is has fully acquired Evo. That's the fighting tournament organizer. To take charge of the largest fighting game tournaments in the world. So do you think that Saudi Arabia is going to take over all of esports at some point? And I'm like, well, I'll let Mr. Black decide if he wants to answer this. I'll answer because I don't mind, but he doesn't have to answer this. And will they allow the LGBT members to compete? And that's based on their culture.
I'm not even talking. I'm not even getting into that.
So, do I think that Saudi Arabia is going to acquire everything? No. Do I think that they're currently on a buying spree of many things, trying to broaden what Saudi Arabia has available to them as far as like sports and GDP other than oil and whatnot? Yeah, I mean we've seen that happen for a while now. They did it with golf. They're doing it in esports. They're doing it, I believe, in racing. They did it with wrestling. They have a lot of money, and they're trying to invest in a broader range of things, and on the entertainment side, there's a lot of it. I don't think you're going to see them suddenly buy up everything. I think they're going to pick and choose about it. But again, it's because they've got a whole shitload of money. If Evo, the organizers are sitting there, and the Saudis show up and say, "Hey, we're going to give you fucking." However, I can only imagine it's a lot of money. I'm not gonna. It's unlikely like they showed up and said, "Here's 250 grand." When they show up and they want to buy something, they show up and they give you an insane amount of fucking money. Just like with the golfers, it was like, would you like to continue playing in the PGA? And if you come in first place, you get 1.5 million. But over here, if you come in 40th, we'll give you 5 million. Like, there's a lot of golfers that won't hit top 5 anymore. That were like, fuck it, I'll just go over there. I can't compete over here anymore, but over here I can still make lots of money playing golf and doing my thing over on that tour. And so, that's there's not a lot of people that when provided that much money are going to go, I'm good. Especially if it's just a matter of who technically owns the company. And when it comes to esports, and we talked about this before, esports is, if there was ever something that was on the razor's edge at all times of dying or living, it's esports. Esports is literally on the tipping point all the time. And the only thing keeping it going, which is why Mr. Black was also mentioning this, is stuff like gambling sites and stuff that were willing to sponsor these things because other sponsors have long dipped. They're not willing to spend that kind of money. We're not in an environment, in Europe and even less so in North America, where it's like Korea, where they have telecoms and actual major companies investing in esports as a product. That's a totally different environment, and it kind of exists only in Korea, really. So for everywhere else, it's, do you have the money from sponsors? If not, you're fucked. And a lot of sponsors left, but then other people are swooping in and being like, hey, how do you like this check? And there are people sitting there going, well, it's bigger than $0. Yes, please. And then they take it. And that's how esports continues to even be a thing outside of very finite situations. Like Dota sell funds because they sell the fucking thing every year or whatever to pay for the, the international and whatnot. There are examples, but there are more and more of them are, or should I say fewer and farther between as time goes on. And that's why you see that stuff. I'll answer just the last part there myself in a sentence. I don't think it's going to be a problem. They're buying into a global thing. I think they realize if they're going to spend money on it, they can't do that. They're going to maybe try to dabble a bit, but it's not going to be, I don't think it's going to be a problem like that. They want to make their money back ultimately, after all.
Who, the
Sour
Saudis?
Apple. Yeah, the Saudis.
I mean, I'm not even sure the Saudis do it to make money. I think they literally have an infinite money glitch, and they have like
they do. It's true. They do.
Like I don't
true.
actually think I actually don't think they do things
to some degree
from an investment standpoint. I think they do things because they're so incredibly rich that or wealthy, just like a literal endless. Like I don't even think people can fathom the amount of money that these I don't know what they princes or I don't know. But like the amount of money over there,
a lot of money
is so unfathomable that like we're talking like you think Elon Musk got money, this is
unrecorded money.
Correct.
This is the money you only know about because of what they buy. You don't know what's actually in.
Yes. It's insane. And I think they literally do it because they want to show their country in the best light possible and bring a lot of positivity and give great experiences for people around the world. And I think that some of them probably do it because they have the power to do it, and they just like certain fighters or they like certain sports. And they have so much goddamn money that they can quite literally just buy the ability to meet the world's most famous people, pay them the absolute most amount of money, have them say nothing but kind things about you, your family, your country. I mean, and then of course there's probably a lot of philanthropic type things that they want to do just because they can, right? I don't think they're I'm sure there's some negativity in some cases, but I don't think that there's any real underlying motive that is negative. I just think that they have so much damn money that they're willing to do all the shit that nobody else can do. And they're willing to eat insane amounts of debt to do it because the money, if they lose $3 billion on this gigantic fucking event or a multi-long whatever, they're gonna make that money back in 2 days. It's to the point where it's like,
think about what that must do to your view of people in the world. It must change things radically, right? Like everything just must look like a commodity.
Yeah, I mean,
surely,
exactly.
Like everything and everyone is a commodity. There is no anything anymore except there are things that can be bought and sold, and that's it. And you can buy and sell anything you want because you have so much fucking money. Because this is like you said, like Elon Musk, his wealth is mostly tied up in assets. These people aren't like just sitting on assets. They're just the cash, endless
Oh, bro,
amounts.
It's
Cash.
crazy. And it's impressive. Like every event that I watch, like I'm mainly like a boxing UFC guy, and they put on,
Yeah.
dude, the events are incredible.
Oh, it's insane.
Like the production value, how kind they are to people, how nice everybody. Like there's even the fighters and everybody, when they're there, they act like fucking like they've been there before. You know what I'm saying? They don't bring that like fucking Americanized bullshit reality TV garbage. They're there and they're respectful as fuck. Like it's crazy because they're almost, I bet, like they're almost afraid to fuck the bag up, number one. And number two, if they act wild and everybody else there is civilized and proper, like you're just gonna look like an absolute fucking meathead, dumb. Like, what are you doing, right?
Listen, you're going there to work, make money, and go home, and then you can wild out later. You don't.
Exactly. You're not doing it there. You're not doing it there. And they don't fuck around, bro. Like I saw shit where people were leaving like Rolls Royce keys in the car on top of the hood in these busy places. And the guys just leave for an entire day, come back, nothing's been touched. Rolls Royce chilling there. Nobody stealing shit. Nobody's like, girls ain't walking around with their ass and titties hanging.
That's because they're disappearing people for that kind of dude. They're disappearing people.
But like, it's well, I mean, dude, if you want people to act right, and you're fucking, you know, it's a different way of life over there, right? And you better adopt that shit, or you shit ain't gonna work out. Shit ain't gonna work out for you.
It must relationships there must be super interesting. Any relationship, because so many people have money. I mean, not everyone there is a quadrillionaire, but if you're getting into like the cities and stuff inside, a lot of people, you know, if you're a personal trainer, you're making like $1 million a year because people are just paying you anything to tell them how to do like fucking bicep curls. So, you know, it must make for a very, it must be super hard, and maybe it's been so long there and it's culturally been a thing for so long, but like authenticity must feel like it's impossible because everything is a commodity. So if everything is transaction, how can any relationship of any kind, I'm not talking about like, you know, your husband, wife, but just any relationship, how could it ever possibly feel like there's any authenticity?
Like
everything
organic
is just
and like real.
Everything's just money.
I don't know.
And it's just like they just show up and they're like, you know, is that for sale? No. What do you mean it's not for sale? Of course it is. How much do you want? You're like, bro, calm down. It's like, no, I just want it. What do you want?
Who knows? I don't know what it's really like because I don't live there and I've never visited there, so I don't really know. But I just go by what we see, and obviously we see extremes, right? Like I don't. I have
some friends that live there currently doing nursing.
Looks like beautiful country. Like I'd love to like one day visit and enjoy. Like I mean,
hotter
wow,
than Hades.
Looks incredible. Oh yeah, I mean, yeah,
shit is real.
Yeah, but like Dubai, stuff like that. Like I'd love to visit. It seems like a fantastic place. Like looks incredible. It's just, you know, the money. It's an insane. So yeah, I don't think they do any shit for investments. They have so much damn money. They could buy the entire industry. They could buy FIFA.
Well,
like
I think, aren't they holding the World Cup or something out there? Or am I crazy?
I just heard about something wild that's going down. But like, think about it. They could buy the entire NFL, MLB, NBA, FIFA. Yes. They could buy it all. Like not just teams.
Leagues. Like the whole thing. Yeah, the leagues. Yeah,
the whole thing. Like they could literally say, how much? And they're going to go, well, bro, you don't really want to know how much. No, how much?
How much? Yeah.
Right? Like if they really wanted to, that's what they could do. Like that's how much money this isn't like. I don't think people understand. It's nuts. And we're talking like a lot of families and a lot of people. We're not talking like one or two people.
No, it's a lot of people.
There's a lot of people. There's a lot of people that can do these things, right?
Yeah.
So it's crazy. It's pretty insane. Obviously, politically, I am not informed. I'm sure that there are people that would write novels about all the things that are wrong and the bad and
well, there's wildly different cultural. I mean, we're talking
exactly
totally different cultures.
100%. I mean, dude, you could say that about Canada, USA. You could say a whole slew of shit about all countries. At the end of the day, the countries are going to run the way the countries are ran. We're all come from different places of the world. And I got to respect people's cultures and where they're from and how they operate. Even if I don't agree with everything, if I really don't agree, then I just don't visit. I just don't support, right? I don't give my tourism money.
Yeah, my stance is I can disagree. I can disagree with it, not like it, and be staunchly against. You know, the thing. I don't care if it's part of the culture or not. There are things that are part of other countries' cultures that I just find like completely fucking despicable. But if I'm visiting, I'm following the rules. I'm there in their country.
You have to.
When in Rome, just behave. You know, just
who in the right mind is going to go to a foreign country and then just absolutely crash the fuck out? Like, it just doesn't seem like a smart life choice, right? Like,
happens in Japan with streamers a lot recently. Did you see what this last guy? I think he's Australian or New Zealand that went and was stealing drinks off of graves and shit and just drinking them and fucking like,
bro. People are quite literally asking to not come home. Like, that's the type of shit that like will get you fucked up. I would not dare. I mean, that's just ignorant as fuck to do anyway. Like, what the fuck are you even thinking in the first place?
Just like even without the content, it's crazy work, bro.
It's just dumb. It's just dumb, bro. It's like anything for content, though, bro. Anything for content. It's just dumb.
Is Vitaly still rotting in a Filipino prison right now?
I thought that he got released. I thought he got released. I haven't heard from him in a while, but like, yeah, he went. He's
You don't want to go in a Filipino prison. You don't.
You don't want to go to any prison.
But
let alone a Filipino, you really don't want to go there.
Really don't want to go to a Filipino.
Oh, he's still there? Well, there you go. Right? Like, it's just dumb. They had a before and after photo, like the photo of him going in with the smug look on his face and the smile, and then there's a picture of him like months later, a shell of the man. Like, dude lost 70 fucking pounds easy. Like, obviously he's not on the juice in there, right? So he's already shrunken down, but looks like he's seen some shit.
Bro, I told Em looked at me, she said, oh. That's all she responds to, just, oh.
No.
Bro, they're stacking.
And
you're sleeping on concrete with 40 other dudes in a 5x5 fucking room. It is, there's
and they're giving him shit too, bro. An American in there, like, just fucking shitting on how they operate and stuff. Like, just, bro, I'm telling you, bro, he's an example, and he's getting absolutely rinsed right now. Rinsed. Like worse than that WNBA player that went out there and had a little
Brittany
bits
Griner
of weed
or whatever?
some shit. Yeah, Brittany.
Yeah, no.
Like, she had it bad, except they gave a warlord for her to come home. Ain't nobody giving any warlords for fucking Vitaly, bro. That motherfucker sitting there with 15 Filipino families on a fucking concrete floor, regretting his life decisions. Like, that ain't it. And I feel like I almost feel bad. I actually just feel bad for him because, like, you know, I wouldn't wish that upon anybody. But at the same time, like, what a fucking tough lesson to learn, dude. What a dumb lesson.
It's not like he didn't have like 1,000 chances to not do it. He did it like multiple times. At some point, you're like, bro, what are you fucking doing? It's funny, you know, all this precipitated from Logan doing that shit in Japan. It felt like that was the spark. And then it was like, oh, well, everyone will just do the most insane shit for content now. And and for some reason, Japan seems to unfortunately be taking the brunt of a lot of it. Like, they just seem to be because they're rough on people. They have a 99% conviction rate, but they don't seem to be going in too hard on these guys. Korea said, we don't fuck around. You know, they were beating the shit out of that, like, Johnny dude or whatever the fuck. He left the hospital or whatever. He walked out and they immediately, did you see this? He left the hospital. No. Okay, so he got jumped. All the men in Korea are military, so it's a bad idea to be fucking around in Korea anyway. And they found out he was disrespecting everything. He fucked around with the statue that is representative of, I can't remember what it was off the top of my head right now. I don't want to fuck it up, but it is a statue that you respect this fucking statue. And he was fucking around with this statue, and people found out. And they were like, I don't think so.
On my watch.
They started talking on social media like, find this guy. And they found him. And they beat the shit out of him and sent him to the hospital. And then he got jumped multiple. Dude came out of nowhere and fucking like jumped fucking like missile kicked his ass fucking nowhere and just started beating his ass. And they got him in the hospital or whatever. And he comes out. Yeah, they were calling him a loot goblin. He came out of the hospital. He didn't get past the fucking doors. People were waiting. He got out of the hospital and he got his ass beat again. Out of the hospital.
God. Imagine just getting fixed up, coming out all fucked up, and they're waiting for you at the hospital. Like you can't even get. You didn't get to your car. You didn't get home.
He's getting.
You get your ass whooped. I mean, at least you're already at the hospital. You're going back in, and then you got to be thinking to yourself, "Oh man, I'm about to get out of the hospital again. Do you guys got a back door? Do you guys got something? Because I'm fucked. Like I'm fucked. Play stupid games, win stupid prizes, bro. Don't go to. Imagine going to North Korea and trying that shit, bro. You don't even.
Well, you're
not even coming.
Super dead.
I mean, you're not even coming home. You're just dead. You're done.
No.
You go to China and you go to China and you go and do some of this dumb shit, bro.
You disappear.
You're gone. You're gone. You're lucky the guy only got his ass whooped multiple times.
Then they raised, that's true. Then they did a GoFundMe to pay for the crowdfund, the bail for the attackers.
Oh my.
The country said, I got this.
Damn.
We're going to handle it. And now he's sitting in jail there because he's going through the courts. He's got upwards of possibly 30 years worth of prison time coming his way.
All because he was a streamer and he wanted to do some dumb fuck shit? Bro. Dude.
I don't go lie. I laugh so.
He's going back. He's fucked.
Watching somebody get spawn camped at a hospital is fucking insane. That shit's crazy work. That's like GTA RP. You spawn at the hospital, somebody's already waiting for your ass to come outside.
Oh, in a server, you do that shit, you're banned. In there, they're bailing out the ones that beat your ass so they can go back and do it again. Like that's crazy work at the hospital. Damn.
The hospital.
Damn.
That shit's so funny. Holy fuck. But hey, listen. You gotta handle your business. You know, these guys are out here doing some wild shit. Disrespecting your country and your culture and everything else and making content for it? Nah, you can't do that.
Get fucked on. Just get fucked on, bro. Hey. And at this point, all these streamers have to know. So when you go to these countries to do these things, you have to understand that there's a chance that you could be fucked up real bad, go to jail, or be killed. Like, what are you doing? Some of these motherfuckers, like these fucking idiots going around in fucking Canada, America, wherever, with their fucking cameras, terrorizing people because we got weak ass governments that got fucking tampons up their fucking vajay holes. And they don't allow people to fucking defend themselves and fucking make shit happen, or at least here in Canada. You go over to another country and you do that shit, these motherfuckers will kill you. Yes. Don't do this. You cannot do the same shit that you do here, what you do over there, unless you have a literal death sentence. Don't go there and do that shit. They will fuck you up. You will disappear. And it don't matter how many live viewers you have. There ain't enough. They don't give a fuck about this camera. Like, oh, I got you. What are you gonna do? They're gonna, oh fuck.
Apparently they're gonna missile kick your shit outside a hospital.
Yes, outside of the hospital. You just got out of the hospital bed, bro. You haven't even had a chance to recover. They're fucking your shit up more. Like, what more do you fucking want, dude? That's crazy. That's crazy, man. That's wild.
Dude, but imagine being the camera guy for this.
Oh, hell no. I'm out of here. I'm not filming any of this. I'm not filming any of this.
Because you think this is Johnny holding his own phone? No, he has a camera guy watching his boy getting rocked coming out the hospital.
And you can't help.
You
go in there and you try and help. You're lucky
you're not part of the action yourself if you're not getting fucked up.
That's wild.
Okay, so there's updates. It's now 38 to life for Johnny is on the table right now. 38 to life. And so I didn't get it wrong. Craze has got us here. Yeah, I think it was the term is like comfort women. It is a statue that represents all the women that were forced to be on pleasure duty for the Japanese army when Japan invaded Korea. And he went and fucked around with that statue. And then he started going into restaurants, talking to them like they're Japanese, and started doing like Japanese shit and like Japan owns you and shit like that. Like just
bro. I mean, he's lucky to be alive. Like honestly,
I mean, that was my next thought. Was like
he's probably gonna wish it. I mean, once he goes to jail, like I mean, is it 38 to life?
38 to
minimal
life.
38. It's over. I mean, at that point, I'd stand out front of the hospital and say, "Somebody finish the job." I'm like, what the fuck? You think life's bad now?
Bro, can you imagine what Korean?
Korean jail?
What the fuck does Korean? You know what?
You're in Korean
I need to
jail?
ask Hun. I need to say, Hun, what the fuck is Korean prison like? Because if everyone is military trained, and then you're in jail.
Oh, bro. How do you even survive that? And you're just some fucking absolute dumb fuck from the United States or wherever this guy is from. And you're in a foreign country and you're full of all bunch of dudes that served in the army and they're fucking tougher than shit. I am. You're fucked.
I did tell Hun about this when it was happening, and he was like, "Oh, he's dead. Somebody's gonna kill him." And he was pretty convinced somebody was gonna kill him. They almost did. Outside the hospital. That they almost got his ass. But Hun heard that. He heard what he did to the statue, and he was like, "Bro, you can't, man, come on.
You can't do that.
You can't." The first thing out of his mouth was like, in a country where everyone's military trained. One of the first thing that Hun told me was, we were talking about this back in university. We'd be at a bar, there'd be like a bar fight or some shit. And he was like, you just don't see that frequently back home. And I was like, why? He's like, because everyone's capable of killing everyone else. And it's not that they're carrying weapons. He was like, we can all kill each other with hands. Like so nobody, it's very rare that somebody's just starting a bar fight because it's like, how many people around me right now could fuck my shit 16 different ways?
Bruh.
And he was like, why would anyone do that shit?
Godspeed.
It's crazy. Crazy. All right, we're coming up on her here. Sour Apple asks, if you had to beat a game blindfolded, which game are you trying to beat blindfolded?
Blindfolded. Ooh. Trying to think of a game that you can actually play blindfolded.
People are beating everything blindfolded these days, bro. I mean, I'm thinking Mario 64 been done fucking blindfolded already or some shit. I'm gonna have to go with like, oh man. I'm going with the original Mario Bros. Because everything is basically baked in. It's all timed. So that's just like, that shit's muscle memory. And listening for audio cues and shit. Like, I think that's probably what I'm going with.
You know what I'm going? I'm going Boshi.
Oh, bro. How the fuck you plan on beating that shit blindfolded? How are you gonna... There's bullet hell segments. How in the shit you gonna be beating Solgrim blindfolded? I'd watch it.
Oh, bro. If anybody does that blindfolded, they're officially gamer. Isn't
there a spot though for Solgrim? Like there's one or two spots on the platforms you can stand and you basically just don't get hit. Like based on the cycle.
I could not tell you.
But doing it blindfolded would be like.
Yeah, I mean, even doing it when you can see is tough.
Yeah.
Blindfolded would be the next level.
Yeah. Tornado asks, do you have any advice for people moving to Halifax?
Don't. I mean,
I don't think I would take Halifax that bad.
Okay. It's not that bad.
I was gonna make I was gonna make a mildly racist joke, but I'm gonna withhold the mildly racist joke.
Now you got me intrigued.
Well, I was just gonna say, pick an Indian dialect to learn because you're gonna need at least one.
Mm. Yeah, well, I mean, that's not even just Halifax, bro. I feel like that's, you know,
A lot of places.
there is, it's a lot of places in Canada right now. Um,
Yeah, I mean, like Halifax is pretty
I
easy in the grand scheme of things. There's nothing really that you need. Like, there's no gotchas to speak of. If you're buying a home, the only gotchas to be careful of are more like, is your home on city water and sewage or not? And just be sure that you know what's going on there, because it can be a pretty, if you're on well water, some wells can be like basically infinite money glitches, and other ones are like, you take 3 glasses of water and your shit's dry. So, but if you're just moving here, look outside of the city. If you even,
yeah,
like you're 30 minutes from anywhere.
yeah.
So
I would say don't buy, like, if I were to give advice, I would say don't buy a house immediately. I would rent a place first and then check out the different parts of the city that you feel that you could possibly live in, and then kind of hone in on that area to try and buy a house in that area. Because there are a lot of, like, there's core Halifax, then there's like Dartmouth, then there's like Sackville, then there's like New Minas, like Nova Scotia is pretty, there's Yarmouth, like there's a lot of different places, and I guess it just depends on where you're working, the type of line of work you are, if you need to travel far or not. Obviously, the more centered in the city, you get less house. It's more congested. It's more expensive. The further you go out, like if you're driving like 20 minutes to 30 minutes from downtown Halifax, you're still able to buy real estate for a relatively like reasonable price. Like, and that's like across, like we're talking like Canada wide, like Halifax or Nova Scotia still has, like, it's gone up significantly since COVID for sure. Like, it's gotten stupid. But, like, we were so far behind the majority of the other cities in the country that, like, we're still playing catch up in terms of, like, prices of houses. So you can still buy, like, a really solid single-family home for, like, $400,000. Like $500,000, and you're getting like a brand new build, like 30 minutes outside of the city.
Yep.
So if you don't really, and we live in a city too where you don't even have to be downtown Halifax in order to enjoy the Nova Scotia life. In fact, it's almost the complete opposite. Yeah. The vast majority of the great stuff in Halifax is not downtown.
It's outside.
It's like it's outside the city. The only time people really go downtown is if they work downtown, or they're out partying, or they're going to a concert or something along those lines. Outside of that, there's really not, this is not like Toronto or Montreal or Vancouver or even like Calgary, where there's like a large sort of downtown city. There's not even an obscene amount of condos downtown Halifax. Like, there's more shit going up for sure. It's really starting to boom now, but like there's not a whole lot of high rises. It's not like this is not a big city. It's still a pretty small city. So, I mean, let's be real. It's growing at a rate that like we cannot sustain.
Yeah.
But with that being said, in comparison to other provinces, you can still get a lot of bang for your buck here. So like in that aspect, it's not a bad place to be, and it's a beautiful place. Like the weather's kind of shit. Like the winters kind of suck. But like outside of that, like Nova Scotia is quite nice, and I would say probably the only nicer place would be like the West Coast, like Vancouver, BC, like Victoria, that sort of stuff. It's very, but like there's even parts of Nova Scotia that I would put similar. Even above. Yeah, it's very similar, but like it's just bigger over there, and the weather's warmer. Yeah. But yeah, overall, Nova Scotia isn't a bad place, but is a lot of immigration going on right now, and there's not a lot of jobs. Like it's pretty tough. Like if you're coming here, you better come here with a plan, right? Or a job lined up or something along those lines.
one of M's friends, moved back here from BC with her partner last year. She's a nurse, and she hasn't been able to get in with a nursing degree for a year, and now they're moving back to BC, which is crazy to me. It's fucking insane.
That's
absolutely insane. Because we need more nurses. So I don't understand what.
Don't even get me started, bro. I mean, it's anyway.
It's bad. It's bad. But it's true. I mean, Halifax is a beautiful city, and there's a reason why a lot of people want to come back here if they've been here. It has problems like everywhere else. Obviously, you're not going to escape problems everywhere. But ultimately, I think the best outright advice we've already said: if you're looking for a place, even if you're renting, if you have a vehicle, go 20 minutes outside of Halifax, Sackville or some shit, the other side of Larry UTech at this point, because Larry UTech is a mess. So you go to the other side of Larry UTech or into Sackville, you're going to get a lot in an apartment. You're going to get a lot in a house for a lot less money. And you're 20 minutes from Halifax. So like if you're coming from a big city where you're used to driving like an eternity to go anywhere,
it's not like that here.
It's not quite the same
unless you're
thing
like
here.
the city center now. It's really congested and horrible.
Yes, it is.
But like to go to major places that's not downtown Halifax, it's not bad. Like especially you come from a big city, you're gonna be like, oh, bro,
fucking cakewalk.
This is nothing. Yeah, it's like, oh my god. Yeah,
it's true. Pulsating ripe developing titties. Back with another banger. You guys ski or snowboard at all? Going to teach your kids how to ski or snowboard? You used to.
I've done both. I've skied and snowboarded. Yeah, I lost my. I remember I got evicted from my old apartment many years ago before I was a streamer and stuff. And my skateboard, my snowboard, my binding, my boots, all my equipment, all that shit got locked up, and I lost it all. So I literally have not been snowboarding since. I have not been snowboarding since it's probably been 17 years.
Do you remember when we went to Martok in junior high and Raymond fucked himself
big time?
Almost killed himself.
He went down on a stretcher, bro. Like they had to go get him. Like he was fucked. Like he was
Dude,
done.
but do you remember that one of the guys that went up to get him also had to go down on a stretcher?
Also got fucked up. Yes, he got fucked up going up to get him. It was crazy.
That was a wild. I remember that was the first time I'd ever been skiing in my life, and I had just finished going. Literally, just like I had just finished learning on the Bunny Hill, and then I went up like halfway up what they called the Milk Run or whatever at the time. So it's like halfway up the hill, and it's quite gentle. But it was quite icy that day when we were there, and the weather was kind of like messy or whatever. And I remember you and Raymond were like, you were just what were they called? Snowblades or whatever had just come out. They were like skis, but they were basically like
the smaller.
Dangerous as fuck. Like crazy dangerous. But you guys were all like junior high, invincible. So you had those on. You were racing each other down the hill from the top, and he raced past me, and I ended up fucking like I was like Bambi on ice, and my shit was all fucked. I was like rolling down the hill and shit. And anyway, I get down to the bottom, and after doing that run, I was like, all right, I'm just gonna chill for a bit. I went up to the cabin, and I'm looking up. And the deployment for the ski doos or whatever the fuck they're called is it right underneath where the restaurant is, like the fucking the garage. And I see one going out with like the trolley behind and everything else. It's like, oh shit, what the fuck? I was like, somebody obviously got injured. And then I look up the hill because from the restaurant you can look right up the hill that you guys were coming down. And about halfway, I could see you. I could tell it was you because what you were wearing, but I couldn't see anything else going on. But I saw other people there, and I was like, "Oh, what the fuck's going on there?" Well, Jeff's okay, so who's up there? And I see the guy, and the irony was the guy that went up to help him with the other guy that was on the driving the thing up the hill was the guy who came to the school to teach safety.
Yes.
Before going on this trip.
Up.
And he goes up the hill. He was up the hill. He was up the hill already coming down because he had to go up on the fucking, whatever lift. And when he went down, he blew a tire and he ran into a tree and broke his leg.
Yeah, bro.
So, and he was laying like 10 feet from Raymond. So Raymond's fucked unconscious on one side. Other guy, broken leg.
Raymond, I just saw, all I remember is just seeing Raymond tuck down like this and just fucking giving her. No breaks, no nothing.
Didn't he hit one of those small jumps on one leg only?
Yes.
And so
then he fucking landed hard and fucked his shit up. And I mean, he was never the sharpest tool in the shed, right? Like he was just a big, strong dude.
Yeah, he was built like a truck.
Built like a truck. Like he had fucking man muscles in elementary school. Like I remember being in the 6th grade, bro, and the guy had biceps like a fucking 40-year-old man.
Do you think he's related to Greg Doucette, the fucking YouTuber? Because he's from Halifax.
Damn, he is too. Yeah.
I always, in my mind, thinking the genetics in the family. Maybe. I'm like, I wonder.
Dude, bro, he just fucking absolutely
he fucked himself up.
Sent it and got fucked. I just remember him coming down on the stretcher, and he had a fucking neck brace on. He was gone. I thought he was dead. Like, I mean, he was like
Miss Amaral thought he was dead. She was crying in the fucking she came up to the thing to like tell other kids what was going on or whatever because we had to go.
Yeah. Yeah.
Because she's probably thinking I'm going to lose my job.
My job. Everything is over. Kid just died on the fucking hill. Like, yeah. Oh yeah. Well, we thought he was dead. Like there was no response. There's no movement.
No, he was gone.
Dude's eyes were closed. He's gone. Like he was just gone.
Right? Oh my god.
Yeah, he got.
But I did. He's okay. Just so everyone's aware.
Yeah, he's fine.
That's why I'm allowed to laugh about this. At the time, it was scary, but it was funny. I will say that watching from the restaurant to see the guy that taught us safety. I watched him wipe out and hit a tree, and my first thought was, bro, there ain't no fucking way. Tell me he's going to stand up. He did not stand up. They had to send another stretcher up to bring his ass down the hill.
Oh, yeah, bro. It was not good. That trip was fucked. It was a long drive home, too.
Yeah, and I never went ski again.
Yeah.
After that.
I don't blame you. I don't blame you.
Traumatic experience. So will I teach my kid? Probably not. I'll be focusing on basketball and golf. I think primarily.
Smart man.
That's what we're gonna stick to. All right, we only got a couple of small ones here.
Son, I wouldn't be able to trust my son.
Oh no.
I mean, he would. I mean, and he's already a very like he's brave, but he's also like he's brave if I'm there.
Yeah.
But like if I ain't there to like kind of like, you know, give him that confidence, he doesn't like trying new things too much. Like he gets in his zone and he just wants to like focus on that. Dude, I mean, he would man, if he had one bad experience,
you can't ski without confidence. You have to.
That's it.
Because if you don't commit, that's when stuff goes wrong.
Exactly. It's like me teaching him how to ride a bike without training wheels, right? It's the same thing.
You got to keep going,
right? You just got to keep going. You got to have faith, and you can't really overthink. You just got to do. It's like this. It's a thing. Like I don't know. We'll see. I mean, he likes sledding, but skiing and snowboarding, I don't know about all that.
Blainer for a next goal. If we, when hopefully in the fall when the sponsors roll back around, what would be more possible for a goal? Deer Lag TV episode. Or Lag TV versus Tiger Woods PGA Tour.
Oh, versus. I'd do it easy.
I would do it versus for, but I would also do Deer Lag TV one time for the meme. We've got the camera equipment. I'd just bring shit over to Jeff's place, and we could just do one for the meme. You know, set up something that looks kind of similar. You probably got a green screen in the closet somewhere.
I do.
Yeah, we could rig something up to do something like that. It might be fun to do one more because we haven't done it in so long. I only have one of the three because the other got lost to the sands of time.
Versus, though, doesn't sound like a bad life choice, though.
No, we could totally do a PGA Tour. Like we could do a throwback little meme. I could come over your place. We could play a little 03 because that's the only one worth playing. PGA Tour 2003. That's the GOAT.
It's a classic.
You can't fuck with it. Last one, Mr. Black. What life lessons comes in from Liam? What life lessons would you teach your children that you wish you had realized before you were the age that you are now? What's something that we've learned that we'd like our kids to learn earlier in life than we did? You know, it's hard because there's lots of things that my parents tried to teach me, but I just didn't fucking absorb it until later in life. That's kind of the reality of it. When you're a kid, lessons might be put in front of you, intentionally or not, and maybe you just don't absorb it at the time, and then you don't get it until later in life. So there's probably things, that I could think of that I would do, and it's not for lack of my parents trying. They probably did. I just probably never fucking,
yeah,
absorbed it.
I mean, there's a ton. I mean, I don't know. Like, looking back at my childhood, I'm not sure how many life lessons my parents really gave me. Like
directly. Indirectly, I'm sure there was.
Indirectly, there's all kinds, right? Like, just the way they lived and stuff like that. I mean, my son is still pretty young. I mean, I've instilled in him like several different things. One thing that I always tell him is like, you got to finish what you start. So like, he, under no circumstance, like if he, like playing sports, for example, right? Like if you're going to sign up, we're going to put you in here and you're committing to your teammates and yourself and to us. We're going to take time out, do this thing for you. You're going to go. You're going to go and you're going to do it. Unless you're ill, you're going to go and you're going to start what you finished, or finish what you start. And it's like that, when it comes to cleaning his room, when it comes to work, like if we're out and hey dad, can I help you? Cause it's little boys, you're going to go through this and it's the best. But like little boys just want to hang out with their dads. They want to just be around their heroes, right? They want to be just like you. And, he'll come out, I'll be in the back. Like I've been doing a lot of work on the old pool. So I've been like destroying that and doing a little bit here and there, but he'll come out and help. And I'm like, hey, if you're going to help, you're going to help until we're done. Like there's a lot of work to be done here. Right. So, and then he knows, I give him an opportunity like, hey, do you want to come help? If so, I'd love to have you here. If not, it's okay. Like I understand, like you're a kid and you can go do his thing, but when we're doing stuff together, we're going to finish what we started. And he's got that down now, which is nice. And I've seen him kind of like struggle through things, even though I know he just wants to quit, but he knows and sometimes when he's with his mom, I can kind of see him slacking off,
thinking about it,
thinking about it, or maybe even starting to like
back off
away from it. But then when he hears me coming, right, it's suddenly, like, oh, I gotta get this done, right? So, I do like that. Just creates discipline, But I don't know. Like he's still young. I think a lot of the things that, I mean, of course, we always taught him to have manners and treat their elders with respect, and talk to his mother with respect, his grandparents, and understand, and he's a good kid. So like we've done well in that aspect. But I think like a lot of the bigger life lessons will come when he's a little bit older. I think when he's at the age where he starts, probably as he's hitting puberty, like before that, like those things where it's like, he's becoming his own little man, and there's going to be relationships, and there's going to be, there's going to be morally, you're going to be dealing with friends that have other families that think differently and do different things. And, it's a dynamic that I can't really explain to him until he's kind of getting into the mix of things. But outside of that, man, I don't try and put too much pressure on my son. I just let him be a kid, and just kind of guide him so that he's not a spoiled little shit. Because I mean, he's just got so much more than I ever did as a kid.
Yeah, of course.
And
hard not to.
Always, yes, and it's like as a parent, you want to give. You want to give is a lot, especially if you didn't grow up with a whole lot of stuff. And I've had moments of spoiling, but I try and spoil him in experiences and to go out with family and do fun things together instead of toys and other shit.
Yeah,
I legitimately get upset when he comes home with something toy related every other day, whether it's from his grandparents or Kayla gets him something. Like if it's all the time, it got to the point at one point where it was like if he left the house, he wanted to go because he knew he was going to get something.
He was getting
like,
something,
that's just not how it works, man. Like I'm okay with you, if you did a great job at school this month, or you did something really nice, and you're behaving. Hey, well, absolutely, we'll get you a new Lego set or something. Like, you deserve that. But to come home with something all the time, I just don't want him to be a spoiled, entitled little shitbag. And fortunately, he's not that. But I have to like instill this. I'm
of
still
course,
gonna have to keep
you gotta
going.
work him in. Yeah.
As the years go on, right? I'm like, Kai, like, you have so much. You have video games. You come down. Like, you have so much access to so much fun shit. You know, and then when his friends come over, it's like, you know, he's the cool kid because like his dad's got all the fucking cool games and arcade machines and fucking. It's like, dude, just go be a kid, have fun. Just don't be a little shit and make sure you're sharing. Like, as that was one thing when he first started bringing friends over, because he was a COVID baby pretty much. Like, his first few years of his life, it was like during COVID. His other friends would come over, he'd be like, "No, that's mine." I'm like, Kai, what the fuck are, like, you know, like, I didn't say that, but you know what I'm saying? Like, Kai, you can't.
God, what
like,
the
Kai,
fuck?
what's the? Yeah, I mean, sometimes I feel like saying that, but it's like, Kai, you know, you invite your friends over to play with you.
Yeah.
They have to play with your stuff.
Yeah, it's,
you know what I mean? And now when his friends come over, he's just shares everything. There's no whining, no complaining. He'll play video games. You know, if he loses in video games, he now shakes people's hands and say good game, that sort of stuff. Before he'd rage the fuck out. You know, you hit him with a shell at the finish line. Oh my God, bro. He'd lose his shit. He don't like losing. Yeah.
That's
it's kids.
Yeah, it's true. I mean, you know, if I was trying to instill something in my son that you know, that I didn't get until later, and I even now still have to work on it. And again, this wasn't for lack of my parents trying, but it is the you know, get comfortable and be okay with failing at shit. My problem is that when all of you know is school, I never had any issues in school, like basically ever, for anything. And so when I finally hit like my first wall, I was just used to being able to do anything that was put in front of me for a long time. And then I finally hit a wall and I had zero tools to deal with that. And I didn't know how to handle it. And so I was super hard on myself. And then I would just quit at something instead of going back and trying again. And that definitely led to me, you know, that guided my decisions as to what I was doing or not doing a lot throughout the early part of my life. Because if I was doing something and if I wasn't good immediately at it, I get very frustrated and I didn't want to do it. And so I just wouldn't do it. Even if I was doing it fine, I just had an expectation that I was going to do something not fine, but great.
Yeah.
And then I'd get upset with myself. So like, I would say that's if I could pick one thing, that would be like the one thing for sure, is to try to make sure that, you know, be okay, because it's going to happen. And everyone fails at something, and you've got to be, you know, you don't learn from success, you learn from failure. And to get 100%. That instilled earlier would be something that I would at least try to, you know, make an effort to do. You know, not beat him about the head with the damn thing, but just to try to make sure that he's aware that that is the case. Because yeah, for me, you know, my parents were very supportive and whatnot, but there was also like I wasn't put in a lot of places where I was failing, and so my parents had no reason to be teaching me about failure overtly. And so I just never had it. And then it fucked my shit up for a long time. So I would say that's the number one for sure, is that. And on that note, I'm finding out from my wife that she said the tech wasn't able to get a good picture of the spine. We may have to come back. At first, he was sleeping again. This is the second time now he's been asleep when we've tried to get him on ultrasound. He's taken after dad already. He's a power napper.
Getting those naps in, man. Getting those
right
naps
off
in.
the rip. He does like me. The last time we had him, he has one hand up on top of his head when he's sleeping. Exactly the same. We had it like the picture. The first picture is him doing this.
That's crazy. Oh yes.
Fucking chilling. So great for sleeping, bad for ultrasounds. So she said, we may have to come back. He said he was sleeping again, so the tech had me walking around to try to get him to like move so she could get a good photo, but he did move, but not where she'd like. And so unfortunately, we're gonna have to go back and try again another day. Hey, it's my son taking after me. Get those naps in. Get him going. Because once you're out here,
woo, that's it. Life.
Nap time changes up real quick. And on that note, ladies and gentlemen, we're done for today. Thank you so much for hanging out. Hopefully you enjoyed yourselves. Appreciate it. Again, the way this is formatted now, patreon.com/lagtv. You can head on over there, and $1 or more, anything in the paid tiers. And we put up the post before where we ask about what news you want to hear about, and then your tech support questions. And then we get to those, and that's how we're doing the podcast now. It seems to be a great balance to get you guys what you want to hear. So until we see you guys on the next one, thank you so much for hanging out. Have a good one, and peace.
Peace.